papers up there, guys?
I don't need no stinking paper, man. Unaccustomed as I am to public speaking. Millie asked me to give a talk about a tenured member talk, and I said, what the heck is that? She said, doesn't matter, just be funny. So, okay, so she turned me loose, and then I finally looked at the calendar and realized the purpose of that. So, if you could roll the first slide, this is going to go fast. These are words from a tenured Rotarian. What that means is I'm older than Koopman and Polson, but younger than Hartwig and Holton. That's what tenured means, all right? The essential data on me is that I'm a Texan, an extrovert. I was always the class clown. Nuclear physicist by way of Wisconsin. It turns out I'm not a very good physicist. But the lab discovered I was a surprisingly good builder and leader, willing to take high personal or technical risks. You'll see some of that. And now I actually, as of today, am fully retired. And enrolled in a 12-step program to not get on airplanes to Washington, which is a more important part. So, Larry and I came here 44 years ago. Remember the 70s?
Yeah.
Bad pants years. Look at my son. He's now 47, 6'2", and muscles out at 235. He would stuff me in a garbage can if he knew I showed that picture. You will notice that in 44 years, Mary has aged 3, which is not fair to some people. The best thing I ever did at the lab was build the Center for Accelerator Mass Spectrometry. John Shirley said I needed to give a talk on that sometime. The most important number for you to know about that is a quite unexpected one. In the last decade, 200 students have done their thesis work there.
Wow.
That would not be shabby at a research university.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you'll hear about that sometime. More important to me, two of my grandsons have actually toured the thing, and to my horror began asking systems engineering questions. They had no problem with the science because both their parents are archaeologists, but they started asking, where's the clean power, where's the dirty power, how come you put the pumps there, why are the controls over there? So I may have a couple of nascent scientists there. Go ahead. The lab let me travel. I got to go to cool places.
You're right.
This is outside Baghdad. This is really cool. Not very expensive. My own personal guide, a nice major in the Republican Guard, who was with me all the time. Very nice man. Very nice English. I got to give oral exams in the field at 133 degrees. You really ought to get to work outside in a truck full of bent enrichment parts in the desert sometime. That was fun. I got my only ever magazine cover, which is cool, the cover of our trade journal. And on my 50th birthday, my staff at the lab gave me one with a nude centerfold. That led to more travel, but this time with Mary. I used to give a talk called A Tour of Enemy Capitals, Baghdad and Washington. So we suited up and did 3 years in Washington when I built and ran the Defense Threat Reduction Agency. This led, of course, go ahead, to new friends. Here's a Polish motor rifle regiment about 40 kilometers west of Warsaw. The fun thing about meeting the Poles, who had just joined NATO the year before, is they said, you know, all the time we were in the Warsaw Pact, we thought you were going to invade us. And then we joined NATO and we got to look at the war plans. And they were all defensive. So the Poles were happily unbolting everything that pointed west and rebolting it down pointed east. Go ahead. But I got to wear funny hats again. This is kind of cool. Now I got my own shapka with my own agency seal on it, which freaked out the Ukrainians when I was east of Kiev, cutting things up. That's the back end of an SS-18. Having been very, very close to Soviet missiles, let me tell you the really bad news. They were works of art, and they really would have worked well. It's very nice stuff. I got to blow things up, which is pretty cool. Go ahead. This used to be an SS-18 silo in Ukraine. Pretty cool. Go ahead. And learn how to tell jokes through an interpreter. Okay. My German's good enough I can tell jokes to Germans in German. We'll try that sometime. That's a small accomplishment for an American. But my Ukrainian wasn't that good. I got to wear more funny hats. I had my own site where I could blow stuff up. This up at White Sands. And so my crew actually got me a hard hat that was a cowboy hat, which I thought was kind of cool. But we came home and we reverted to form. And, go ahead, I went back to my roots, dirt farmer, 3 generations back to it again. So we put a vineyard in where we helped John Evan Marion produce a great wine. It is, of course, called Talking Bull, which was my lab nickname. You are what you are. And so now, I'm planning my career after Hertz. I got a new opportunity. So thank you for letting me laugh a little. In honor of that that, I'd like to give $100 to the Music Scholarship Fund, okay? That's
Thank
up.
you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, Michael Ferrucci.
I get a minute? I'll take 2.
At least minutes, 2.
First of all, I want to just say thank you to everyone that's given money to the scholarship. You don't know how much I appreciate that, because I really haven't solicited much. You guys are volunteering to do this, and it's really important. As you know, in 2001, I created the Music Scholarship, and over the years, we've given literally thousands of dollars away to needy Livermore students that are interested in pursuing a career in music, that need help with upgrading their musical instrument. And I'll just add this one point. Not one of them was a guitar player. Okay? But piano, flute, bassoon, saxophone, vocalists. It's amazing the talent that we have in our Livermore schools, and I want to commend all the teachers, and private and in the school district. It takes money to make money, and what I've been away from the scholarship fundraising, and I want to say thank you to everyone that has come to concerts in the past. I plan on doing more, but unfortunately, at this time in my life, retirement is a lot of work. Yep. And I didn't know who did all this stuff while I was working, but now I know that I respect people that are retired. But we need money to make money. And what I'm saying by that is that in order for us to have a concert, for instance, at the Bankhead, we need to pay for it. And I have connections to do that. I have people that we could bring here that are international recording artists that would love to come play in Livermore. But it takes money to do that. And I'm not asking for that kind of funding. I'm asking for funding for the kids that deserve it. But we can make more money if we have more concerts, but it just takes money to do that. And I just wanted to say that. I want to say thank you to Mark and Will and Alan and Beth particularly. She has been just my savior in terms of helping me put this together. We've got several applicants right now that we need to review, listen to their tapes, their YouTube videos. The deadline for applications is this Friday, so we're looking forward to having a presentation in May, and Marty is accommodating us to have a program, so we will have students here, or at least one student here to play for us in May sometime before graduation. And I just want to say thank you again to everyone. So when you do get nailed for not wearing a pin, we haven't had a pin check in a long time. We did make a lot of money today.
Yeah.
Okay.
John Shirley's the last one.
Okay. When you do get stuck and they say, well, do you want to do for Rotary? Think of Music Scholarship, and that's my pitch to you today. Okay, thank you very much.
As a musician myself, it's awesome work, and I'm really happy for all the things that you do. Thank you. Okay, so we have an update on the board. Have a slide. Okay, so we have some new board members. We added Donna Pontow is in major events. Under club, Laura Mercier is there. International, Howard Wilson, welcome to the team. And I think everybody pretty much is, I don't know if there's anybody that is new on there besides that, but these are our new people, and welcome them to the board. Okay, Millie, you want to talk about the fun run?
Yeah, if I could. I won't take, it's hard climbing over chairs, I forget how to do that. So we're gonna do a fun run, and we're trying to organize that, or we are organizing that right now. And when we did the job fair back in January, we requested people who were interested in the fun run to sign up. We had 13 people sign up, and I sent an email out this morning inviting them all to a meeting on April 9th. But I just want to give the club an update. I think with all those pictures, you'll get one right. We're going to have a meeting on April 9th at Del Val High School at 5:15. The reason we chose Del Val is because Sam is going to spearhead the committee. So it should be a fun time. And we're targeting the last Sunday in October, and we're hoping to do it in the downtown. We have meetings set up with Downtown Inc. and are working closely with, we'll be working closely with the city on getting the appropriate permits and road closures, all the things you need to do, but it should be a fun time. It's around Halloween, so it might be a little spirit run. And so if you're interested and you didn't get an email from me this morning, then please just email me and let me know, because there's still plenty of time and plenty of opportunities to join the committee. We are going to use an outside event planner to help us organize it, as it's our first run. And it should be pretty fun. So that's just my update. Can I take a second more?
Sure.
I have one more bit of news that I wanted to share. So this is breaking news from the lab. So from Point Date North or East Livermore, shedding new light on biological underpinnings behind the behavior, scientists at Lawrence Livermore Lab announced Tuesday that eating appears to serve a number of key functions besides relieving anxiety. While a considerable portion of food is indeed ingested in order to distract an individual from feelings of panic and insecurity, our research shows that eating actually confers several benefits beyond temporarily holding despair at bay, quoted Dr. T.J. Gilmartin. Gilmartin went on to explain that consuming food has been found to provide vital nutrients to the human body in many ways, replenish it with energy, suggesting that its primary purpose may not be as a coping mechanism at all. In fact, we observed dozens of subjects and discovered that only a portion of the items they ingested were intended to assuage their apprehension about their job, relationship, or body image. However, much more research must be conducted to learn more about these little-known, non-stress relieving purposes of eating. So thanks for sharing that with the world, TJ.
All right. Kathy Coyle. Can you please stand up? You're telling me something about your son?
Oh my gosh.
You're
I
so
am.
proud of telling me too. I want to hear about it.
Pat, you want to stand up here with me? He takes some of the credit for this.
Takes half your credit?
Yeah, he takes, yeah, at least half.
Yeah,
Well, some of you may remember my son Scott, who was a world-class yo-yo player, and he came here and did some fantastic tricks and all that. Well, he has more than one talent. And he's been a student at University of San Francisco in Mission Bay for almost 6 years, doing a PhD in biochemistry, primarily focusing on everything over there is primarily cancer related, cancer research related. So all these things have been going on with polio and poliovirus and cancer and immune therapies. He's very excited about all of that. So I'm pleased to say that he's been very successful with his research, and he's been rewarded for that. He's received an international/national award for outstanding graduate student research for quality and creativity in his research. And this is from the Harold Weintraub Award from the UW Fred Hutchins School of Cancer Research Institute in Seattle. I'm nervous, I can't believe it. He doesn't like me talking about him, so I think he's hearing me. Pat, do you want to say something?
You got it.
Anyway, this is the one award he's ever said, Mom, you can share this. It's fine.
Oh,
Because he has won other awards, but he didn't want me to tell anybody. So I'm very proud of him, we're very proud of him, and I see a great future in his life doing research. He's very, very devoted to doing cancer research, so that's my news. And because he played bass guitar, I would give $50 to the music scholarship, and because he likes to work with students, especially students who are at risk, $50 to Ready.
That's awesome. Okay, Howard, stand up, please. This is your business minute. Tell us about yourself and what you do.
About myself and what I do. I'm a State Farm agent in town, actually 43 years today. I've been doing that. I was in Medellin, Colombia 2 days ago. We were down there with a bunch of people from the U.S. doing water projects. I'm going to be in Santa Cruz, Bolivia next month doing the same thing, which I love to do. Just a whole bunch of air miles and meet some interesting people. So that's who I am.
That's awesome. Howard also is leading a project, hopefully we can do for some clean water projects in Bolivia, and I think that's what he was talking about. So, Howard, for that, it's $5 in the bucket.
You just can put it in there, Howard.
Okay, so
You need change?
we're getting pretty close to the end here, so I just want to tell you about next week. We're going to have John Shirley. He's going to be talking about his travels. Oh, Steve, right. And many of you met Steve. He's a wonderful speaker. He was here doing a little tribute to his father, which was awesome. I don't know if any of you missed that. It was an awesome meeting. Anyway, so we have a blue ticket here.
Sorry.
The last numbers are,
$2.
it's $332. Wow. April Fools. $32. Last three numbers on the blue ticket, 935. All right, we got it back. There you go. This meeting